Have you ever faced an issue when you discuss something in your team and the topic is complex? They change topic, provide input that is not relevant at the moment. Some people are too active and other people don't contribute to the result. You don't get to the point you wanted to be, you make an efficient decision. People got frustrated just because this process takes too long. I developed a technique that helps to do such communication efficiently. So in this video, I will show you how you can use this technique so that everybody will contribute to the result. It will be fast and you will definitely get to the point you wanted to be in. So I will use Miro board for this demonstration. The tool should provide you an ability to create stickers, and the tool should provide you an ability to work in parallel so that every person will be able to create stickers and move stuff along the board in parallel with other people. First thing, let's set up a context. For example, we are a company that is selling ice cream, and we want to improve our process with ChatGPT. So for example, our top manager asks us to discuss this topic and come up with some ideas on what we can do. So generally, when you start discussion in our team, this context is clear already. Though what is not clear usually is the goal. So what do we want? In this case, it seems like the goal is clear, but actually it's tricky because the goal is not how we can improve our process with ChatGPT necessarily. Probably the goal is that we want to answer something to our top manager that will satisfy him or her without spending too much time. Probably we want actually to improve our processes. Probably we target increase in sales. I don't know. So in this case, we should be quite specific, like what do we want to achieve as a result? It should be as specific as possible. And let's imagine that in this particular case, we want to provide one improvement that will actually help. And here I said provide, but probably it will be better to say describe. Because provide doesn't say, do we want to actually develop this improvement and deploy it, or we want to describe it and then send it to a top manager. I will add it here so in order to what do we do that? So that we'll share it with our top manager, right? One improvement, again, let's say the context, one improvement of our processes using with the help of ChatGPT. So see that it's quite relevant to what was written in the context, but the goal should be quite specific. And often people do mistakes on this step. They don't define the goal, and which is also important, they don't write it down. So you may understand the goal, but the problem is that different people may understand it differently. And then when you start the discussion, you may work on your understanding of the goal and other people will work on another understanding of the goal. And it's quite clear that as a result, you will provide some input and other people will just try to refocus you on another thing that they think is important. And unless everybody agrees on the goal formulation, you shouldn't move forward. Everybody, among guys who is participating in this particular conversation. So you define the goal. What next? Then let's put it here. Probably here. Okay. Then what you do is you define concerns. What are concerns? Concern is either an idea or a question or a proposal or a piece of information. Often it's a risk or anything else. So something that disturbs a person or something that he or she wants to express. So you describe concerns next. And how do you do that? You usually set up a timer. If you use Miro Pro, you can use embedded timer. If not, then you can just create a timer somewhere, or for example, schedule it on your phone or do it somehow. And then within the allocated buffer of time, usually it's like 2 or 3 minutes, up to 5, not more. You will have an ability to extend it if needed. So we'll start from 2 or 3 minutes, for example, 3. And then during this period of time, everybody generates concerns and puts them on the board. So how do you do that? So that's great. So this will be a block for concerns. And how do you write concerns? You just create a sticker and write like, what can ChatGPT do? I will generate them now by myself. But if there will be a team here. People. Oh, by the way, I see a name Ivan here. It's not my name. My name is Artem, but account has this name. So. People can generate stickers in parallel on Mira. So I will see when I do this with my team, I will see multiple people creating stickers here and putting them around. So that's what we usually do. In this demonstration, there will be only me who do that. So for example, one person says, "What is ChatGPT?" And another person can create a sticker like, "Idea is to improve or like automate our email and chat support using ChatGPT," right? So what else? There might be an idea to try ChatGPT together. It might be something like, why do we need to do this at all? Right? Some concern like that. What else? Somebody may write something similar to other stickers, but in other words. So it might be like somebody ask, what can ChatGPT do? And another may say like, I haven't seen ChatGPT before. If not, right? Or what else? Yeah, usually there are like 10 or 20 concerns, as many as needed. So people just write them. I will provide just a couple more as an example, and then we will switch to the next phase. So it may be like it won't help to ice cream. So quite ice cream seem to be not relevant to ChatGPT for some team member. And one more idea, probably like integrate it into our knowledge base. Right, so it's one more idea. Okay, so let's pause here. In real discussions, you will have likely more stickers. So, but for the sake of demonstration, that's enough. What we do next is then also in parallel, and but with no timer now, we rearrange the stickers and group them so that more important stickers, more important means should be discussed earlier, go to the left side, and like less important stickers go to the right side. It's less importance. It doesn't mean that it's less important for our business. It means that it's less important for this discussion. So usually left stickers are those that influence other stickers. So if, for example, there is a question of why we do that, they are more important than discussion of the ideas. Because if some person doubts generally the idea of integrating ChatGPT, it makes no sense to discuss the ideas because this person will not participate in the discussion, or probably will even make it worse. So this thing, like why we do that, this one should go somewhere in the beginning. And how do you arrange that? It's possible to do like reordering by one person only, who, for example, like who is a manager or something. But I find it more efficiently to rearrange stickers in parallel with the team. So you just say, okay, so now we need to regroup and rearrange the stickers. And team, please put a sticker in the proper place according to your understanding, and don't hesitate to move stickers that somebody else has already moved. So no problem. Just move everything you want, group everything you want if you want to regroup. And people do this in parallel. And it's quite fast on Miro. So what people can do is like, okay, so put this one to the left, and then what else? Let's say there is a big question like, well, I haven't seen ChatGPT before, so it makes no sense to discuss ideas with people who don't know what it is. What can ChatGPT do? Okay, so try ChatGPT is one more idea how we can start. These are more specific. Won't help. What's going on? Okay. So this one, I group it here because this one seems to be quite relevant to why. So it's kind of, is there a reason at all to do that? Probably it should be here because why might be not relevant to that ChatGPT helps or doesn't help us, but rather to why should we respond to this request at all. And yeah, here are the ideas. So I personally would structure it like that, but in your team, you may structure it in another way. And it may happen that the order after you discuss it is not ideal. And after you have reordered the stickers in parallel, you review them together. And just if there is a conflict in understanding of the priorities, you discuss it in the team, okay? So that you may negotiate on what is more important to start from. So you discuss it, and if somebody thinks that we should, for example, discuss these before, then you may reorder it after that, okay? And probably it makes sense. So if somebody says it won't help to ChatGPT, to ice cream selling at all, probably it makes sense to understand what ChatGPT can do before you move forward to making such a judgment. Okay, so you have concerns, you have them ordered. At this moment, you did one more big step forward in facilitating the discussion, because now everybody understands what will be discussed and in what order. And if person wanted to discuss these, for example, now he or she will see that, okay, we will discuss it, but not right now, right? And the rule is that you will discuss all the concerns and you will make a judgment on all of them, definitely. So that people may be safe in their mind that, okay, we will discuss my topic, we'll just discuss another one before that. And what do you do next? Then you start to discuss concern by concern and address them and write some conclusion or resolution near them. So first, why do we need to do this at all? And I mean, it doesn't matter what we answer from the sake of technique, but you need to answer it in your context with your goal correspondingly. In this case, I may say that, okay, because our manager wants that, and he won't pay us salary if we don't do that. Yeah. Okay, there may be more answers, so people may provide their ideas or their answers below, and you structure them like that in Miro. So you have concern formulated above, like that, and then you group the answers together so that you see that here was the concern for the question, and here is the pieces of context that address it. And probably it may be because we actually want to approve. There may be multiple options, but it's helpful to understand which is the main one, right? In this case, probably the main one, or in some world, this one may be the main, okay? So you understand that the main reason is here. And if you will see a way to address all these in a better way, like quicker or in with some another way, like how can you, for example, keep getting the salary without doing all this stuff around ChatGPT? If you don't want to, you can just get to this idea. Thanks to that, you understand the motivation, like what will happen if you don't do that. So that's why it's important to understand what's the main reason, what's the main answer to this question. And then you do the same thing for all the other concerns. So, okay, we have discussed this one. Everybody agrees with that. Okay, we move forward. So what's ChatGPT? And here we provide a context that probably do some demo, or people who are experienced through that just share their knowledge. So you put information here or links here. And you structure it as a column below the concern, not like that. Because if you structure it as a column, you will understand what relates to what, and you will easily navigate through that. But if you start to grow it horizontally, it will be hard to understand what relates to this piece and what relates to this piece. So it's better to structure it in this way. And again, you answer this one, you answer this one. And usually you discuss ideas after you discuss motivation or share knowledge about this one. So actually, it's also quite an interesting topic, like how do you decide what to discuss first? And I plan to record videos for that to explain you what method you can use to understand it better. But for now, for the sake of speed, I will just say that you discuss ideas usually in the end. And there may be some irrelevant concerns here. So for example, there might be concern like, somebody wants to discuss what how you will spend the weekend together with your team, and it might be relevant to this discussion, and you still put a concern here, but you may decide that okay, it's irrelevant, and just put it as a conclusion here that it's irrelevant. And for the ideas, you usually put pros and cons below the idea. It's also important that you separate decision on what idea to select from discussion of pros and cons. First, you should understand like what are the strong points, weak points of particular idea. Then discuss other ideas, and only then make the decision. Usually, people do a mistake here. They discuss one idea, and they think that that's the last chance for them to discuss this idea, and that's the last chance for advocates of this idea to sell it. That's why they will try to convince everybody that we should do that. And it's not efficient because other people might want to look at other ideas first and then decide. So then this should be a rule. If you discuss ideas, don't decide which idea to select before you discuss all the ideas that are on board. Only then you get back to the discussion, to the selection, and you will find out that it's quite easy to select an idea when all the context is put here, right? So it will be really, so you discuss all the concerns, you put conclusion and required information below them. It takes some time, but now you get back to the goal and see, okay, so what was the goal? Describe one improvement. So the question is what improvement to select, right? So you plan next step. You select an improvement, you already have some context below that, right? So for example, you select this one. So you select this one, put it somewhere, so you may create a separate frame for that. For example, if you use Miro. And then plan the next step. So you may want to describe the idea together, or you may want to assign it to somebody from the team to describe it in more detail. So for example, okay, so like that, for example. But the main part, the part where when you structure the complexity of the discussion is already done. So you shared the context, you did it efficiently, everybody contributed to the discussion. There was no like interruption or shifting of the context. It may happen that somebody will raise one more concern in the middle. It's okay. Like, for example, you discuss this one and somebody says, oh, I have this question. And then you just decide where to put this concern. You probably will put it like in the middle of the agenda. That's okay. So you may edit it on the fly. You may find that there is, like if you discuss this question, this concern, you may find that there is one more that is more important and you need to switch to that. That's also fine. You may switch to another one which is more important if you have discovered it. The thing is that you do this like clearly, transparently to everybody, and you do this as a group without a situation when somebody shifted the focus and the rest of the team didn't do that. So, okay, that's how you discuss it. And yeah, and then you address the goal. Let's look now at the approach as an algorithm. So you write down the goal, then you generate concerns, then you order them like in proper order. Then you discuss concerns one by one. You discuss every single concern. Some concerns, again, can be just noted that they're not relevant. That's okay. Some concerns may be added in the middle. It's also okay. And then you address the goal. That's it. So if you try it, you will see that it's super powerful. And if your team follows that, then you will speed up your discussions and get better results. So I have shown you how you can use concerns framework to organize complex discussions in your team. I use it all the time and I find it really helpful, so hope it will help you too. If you like this video, please press like, subscribe to my channel, and see you soon. Bye.